Here, Elvis, come and have a look at this. I know you like an old car advert, but you're absolutely going to love this one. It's from the 1980s. This is Saab trying to sell their Saab Turbo by tying it in with their Saab aeroplanes.
Very cool, isn't it? Very stylised.
Well, in fact, the guy that directed this, his name is Tony Scott, Ridley Scott's brother. This advert directly led to him getting the gig Top Gun.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, actually, you can see a lot of resemblance, can't you? It's a great audition tape. What an iconic advert for, I guess, a pretty iconic car.
It's a shame, isn't it, because Saab no longer exist.
No, I mean, it's got to be about 10 years or so since they stopped making cars, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's like Pontiac and Jensen, and with Saab, they're like the dodos of the car world. But do you know what? Those dodos have always been good to us at Wheeler Dealers. We've always managed to turn a profit. So I've been looking out there online, and I found this that's advertised for sale. It's a Saab 900 turbo convertible, 16-valve, looks really decent. It's got a few little issues, but this car is advertised in the centre of London, belongs to a guy called Alan, and he's fallen foul of the ultra-low emission zone. Unfortunately, if he wants to pull that off his driveway, he has to pay every single day, so he just wants it gone. Yeah,
well, that sounds like an opportunity. It looks like a decent car, but the only way to find out, go and have a look, mate. Get your coat on.
Yep, nice one. Thank you. While Saab Automotive went bust a decade ago, the Saab defence business continues to produce fighter jets and other military hardware. And that's what I love most about the 900. How a company founded on aviation weaved their aeronautical know-how into four wheels. Precise, safe and powerful, every inch of one felt it had been designed around you as the pilot. I bet you didn't know, but they were the first mass production cars to be fitted with a turbocharger, giving a boost of power at lower revs, perfect for overtaking or if you found yourself in a dogfight. On the inside, the dash was laid out like a fighter jet cockpit, making you feel like Maverick as you turned and burned down the M1. Groundbreaking stuff at the time, but today this one is still 7 years short of classic car exemption from the emissions charge. Bad news for Alan, but good news for me. With Saab no longer making cars, this could be a bargain that hopefully only goes up in value as they become rarer. Well, I'm excited, I'll be honest with you, because I'm a bit of a Saab superfan. It's going to be a cracking car to see because, let's face it, where we are today, now, there's never going to be any more Saabs. There's only ever going to be less Saabs. Now, the other thing about this car is it's a convertible, which means that they're usually more difficult to sell this time of year. As you can see outside, the trees, they're naked. We are in the depths of winter. Everyone's wrapped up really warm, including me. I've got my coat on today. And that can play into my hands. And if I could just sit on the car for maybe a few weeks until the weather turns round and we start to get some leaves on the tree, when the sun comes out, the price, it goes up. And that's what wheeler dealering is all about.
Hello.
You must be Alan. Oh, yes, look at that. How long have you had the car?
I've had it 16 years, mate.
Well, that's a long time,
16 years.
isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Now, because of this new ULEZ, this ultra-low emission zone that's coming to your area, it means that cars like this are going to cost you a fortune to drive.
Absolutely. And it means every time I want to take it out in the summer, if I want to go out with my wife to buy an ice cream or something, it's going to cost me £12.50 just for that purpose.
Well, it won't be a 99, will it? It'll be a £13.49.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, it'd be too much money. I've got to say, that looks very original underneath there and really in good condition. But have you done any major work under the bonnet?
I've changed the radiator because that had a leak.
It looks amazing, Alan. Really does. Right,
Yep.
I'm very happy underneath here. Let's
Okay.
have a look inside the cockpit, shall we?
Sure thing, yep.
Wow. Alan, I'm going to tell you, inside is lovely, isn't it? There's a roof work.
Yes, it does.
Let's make sure it goes backwards, forwards. It's part of this car's charm, isn't it? Look at that. The electric
yes.
roof. Make sure it goes all the way back. Well, look, the engine's running. I wouldn't mind getting it out on some of the open roads around here, if that's OK with you.
Sure, take it for a spin.
You don't mind? It's a bit cold, so I'm going to put the roof back on.
Good idea.
I want to try the heater out. All right, I won't be long.
OK.
Right, time to get this turbo out on some country roads and really see what it can do. Now, it's been years since I've been behind the cockpit of one of these, and they really do feel good inside. You've got a lovely steering wheel, everything's nicely proportioned and well finished. But I hope you can see it's shaking, and that's not the road surface, that's the car. It seems to be running quite roughly at the moment and not as I would expect it to run, because Saabs, especially with ones with a turbo badge bolted on the side, always give you a thrill ride. If you get to about, well, 2,000 RPM, put your foot down. They're meant to, well, snap you into the back of your seat. And this one is doing none of that stuff. I can hear the turbo spooling up, and the turbo gauge is indicating on the dashboard, but the car just doesn't feel right. Also, I've noticed something else. Every time I put my foot down, there's a noise when I put my foot deep into the clutch. And that means that the clutch release bearing, or thrust race bearing, whatever you call it, has gone. So that will also have to be addressed. So it all comes down to, well, price really. Alan is asking £7,500 for the car. I think on a summer's day, this car polished up and driving nice, he might get it, but he's not going to get it from me. I personally think it's worth around 6 grand. If I have to give a bit more, I would do for it, but 6 grand would be the target price. Well, let's go back, have a chat with him, see if I can put a deal together. How could I not buy a car like this, a Saab 900 turbo convertible that's got an extra button on the dashboard? No, I mean it. It's got a button that just says extra on the dashboard. I don't know what it does, but it's an extra.
So how was it?
Well, it was like a little step back in time. It's a little bit tired, this car. There's something wrong with the engine in terms of power. The turbo boost is coming in really late. And you must have felt this as well. When you put your foot on the clutch, it's noisy. So it's like the clutch release bearing he's doing. You know, don't get me wrong, I do like the car. But I think where I'd need to be is like £6,000 for it.
A little low. I'd take 7.
7,000?
Yes, please.
I think the problem you've got, Alan, is every time you drive it off your driveway, if I wait long enough, it's going to cost you £12.50, so it will get cheaper, this car.
Yeah, true.
I'll do a deal, but the most I give for it is 6,500. What do you say?
OK.
Oh, well, at your hand. Top man.
Okay.
Nice one. I just got to bought myself a Saab 900 Turbo convertible.